Hey, we are back. Glad to be back, right?
Glad to be here.
Glad to be here.
Happy to be here.
Yep. We are here in the office substituting for Brian, who's visiting some family and some friends. Hopefully he's going to come back with some memorabilia that will
prove once and for all.
Either vow or disavow the fact that he was an all-star. He was an all-star baseball player. So I'm sure we're going to hear about that when he gets back. Anyway, safe travels, Brian. We're glad to be here. Happy to be substituting for the man, the myth, the legend, BKP. All right, we got word while we were out that Chipper Jones's wife was in fact there.
In the audience at Coopertown.
She was in the audience with baby,
with Cooper,
ready to be born.
In utero.
Exactly. And with his parents as well. So thanks for that tidbit, so we get everything correct here.
Indeed.
All right, we're going to Strock, Stroke, Smirk.
Strock, Stroke, Smirk. Yeah.
All right, now, let's take it away.
I'm going to use a lot of Strocks in here, so it's going to get a little confusing, but let's go with this. Peter Strock's uncle is a fellow by the name of James Strock. So, when President Obama was in Chicago before he became president, he was mentored by a priest, Gregory Galuzzo. Gregory Galuzzo graduated from Spring Hill College in 1960. James Strock, who
that's the uncle,
is the uncle, graduated from the same school in 1964. And James Strock was stationed in Kenya, where Obama once lived. So
he was what?
Stationed in Kenya, where Obama once lived. Okay, because Obama did live in Kenya at one point. Anyway, once in office, Peter Strock, the figure in the FBI, rockets right up to the top of the FBI, becoming the guy for Obama and Hillary, and was the last person to view all of Hillary Clinton's deleted emails. Now, going down the genealogy of the Strocks, Peter Strock's father is Peter Strock Sr. The brother of Peter Strock Sr. is Mark Strock. The wife of Mark Strock is Marina Strock. Marina Strock is the daughter of General James Cartwright. General James Cartwright was pardoned by Barack Obama his last day in office.
What did he do?
I'm not sure what he did.
Okay.
If you get a pardon from the president, it's got to be bad. The wife of Peter Strock, our famous Phillips, is Melissa Hodgman, whom it just so happens was promoted to the role of director at the SEC, well, Securities Exchange Commission, at the time when the FBI was drafting the exoneration letter for Hillary. I wonder how that works.
You know how it
Peter Strock's father, Peter Strock Sr., happened to be in Iran in 1979 when the Shah was removed from power, and the Persian monarchy was replaced by the Islamic Republic under the Grand Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini. Peter Strock's father, Peter Strock Sr., was in the Army Corps of Engineers. He was an expert in sanctions and nuclear activity. His brother, Peter Strock Sr.'s brother, Mark Strock, is involved with the Mammoth, which is a world leader in cranes. So, and they have a specialty in moving nuclear reactors. Imagine that. Anyway, the Marina Strock, again, who is the wife of Mark Strock, who is the brother of Peter Strock Sr., was in the Situation Room in the White House West Wing in May 2015 at 9:45 at night. Now, what happened that night? That was when the agreement on the nuclear program of Iran was reached in Vienna.
And she was in the room?
She was in the room. So, you know, all this sort of just comes together, I mean, with other power couples and power families in Washington. Like we talked on the show weeks back about Rod Rosenstein's wife, and you just...
It's pretty incestuous, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, everybody knows somebody who's doing something with somebody, and you know, you look at this, and all these people that are involved with you know, the nuclear program in Iran, and big dollars moving around as a result of that. I mean, it just, I think, lends itself to the the growing mistrust in the government and a number of its agencies, including, unfortunately, the FBI, who by and large does a good job keeping us safe, but perhaps has overstepped the boundaries with certain people in charge. So I'll leave it at that.
Well, that was, we needed to have an English sentence, an English teacher diagram that whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, you put this on the wall chart, I mean, my gosh, it gets it's not all straight lines, folks.
And, Bruce makes a good point. And we're frozen on that screen. There we are. We're back. We keep freezing up. I don't know why, but maybe we should start singing the song Frozen. Okay. The monitor in front of me just keeps freezing, but that's okay.
As long as you're hitting the airways and moving, that's
as long as we're hitting the airwaves, yeah. That's a good report. I mean, it just shows, like you said, there's more than one power couple in Washington.
Oh, numerous.
I mean, it's just like pockets of.
Yeah, and they all interact, and it's incestuous, as you said. I mean, they're all doing stuff with people to advance their own agenda or to build up their lobbying credentials, and lobbying is a big business in Washington. There's a lot of money.
Drain the swamp.
Oh boy.
One of the guys that we haven't, with all of the focus on Cohen and the tariffs and everything, something that I thought was going to be every day in your face, the Supreme Court pick.
Yes, Mr.
Supreme Court nominee.
Brett Kavanaugh.
Interesting piece over the weekend. Ruth Bader Ginsburg revealed on Sunday she hopes to remain on the court's bench for at least 5 more years. She said that John Paul Stevens stepped down when he was 90, so her being 85, she thinks she's got 5 good years ahead of her.
But someone please talk to that woman. So what? He went to 90. I mean, how good was he the last 5 years?
CNN even reported that she's self-described as a flaming feminist. Her comments were made after seeing a play about the late Justice Anton Scalia, and she was trying to calm the liberal supporters down who fear Kavanaugh if and when he becomes, I guess, approved.
Yeah.
Be the right choice of words.
There's a group of people that would certainly like to see Justice Ginsburg step down. I mean, she has had a number of health issues, and you just hate to see this on the nation's top court, that people are just hanging on, for whatever reason. I mean, 85 now, and possibly going to 90. I mean, that just seems a bit much for people to continue to work, at that age. I mean, and when she wakes up, she's going to find out that, like...
when she wakes up, yeah.
Anyway.
What a lot of folks fail to realize is Trump did exactly what he said he was going to do during the campaign, which has been his MO. Mm-hmm. He came up with the help of some organizations.
Say what you mean and do what you say.
Yeah, he came up with a list of candidates for Supreme Court Justice, and by gosh, he stuck to that list. And he took what he thought in his mind was the absolute best candidate to protect the Constitution. Mm-hmm. Now, the Dems have come up with all of these reasons, 5 specific reasons that they're going to make a case for, and think that this is going to sink him.
Well, let's hear those. But you also have to remember there's some Republicans who are a little uneasy with Kavanaugh just because of his college connections and whatnot. So I mean, it's not all.
I mean, the fact that he's a Yaley.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
There's a lot of them out there.
Indeed. So what are the 5?
The first one, and I don't know if it's the most important one or not. He's got an expansive view of what the president can do. I guess way back when he was helping another
Were you black screen again?
No.
Okay.
He was helping another Mueller type. Can the president actually be subpoenaed? And his position on it was that it would cripple the country.
Yeah, they're pretty unique, the presidents. I mean,
So
in terms of
so they're doing a leap. They're doing the liberal media is doing a leap that if President Trump gets into trouble from the investigation, if he's on the court, he's going to find a way to
collusion,
protect
conspiracy. They're just pulling this thing out like a stick of taffy. I mean, it's just
stick of taffy. That's a good
crazy
analogy. Number two, he's going to he's going to overturn Roe versus Wade.
Not happening.
Weigh in on that, will you?
Well, Roe versus Wade it's not going to come up as like, okay, an up or down vote on Roe versus Wade. No, I think there's going to be a slow attrition of some of the pieces of Roe v. Wade.
Most people don't even know what Roe v. Wade even is.
You're right there too. I mean, you're right there too. But I think it'll be a slow attrition. It's not going to be a massive, contentious up or down vote on Roe v. Wade.
He states that he would be committed to following the precedent established by Roe, faithfully and fully, but declined to offer his personal views on the case.
Yeah, that's one of the things some of the Republicans, he's a big supposed believer in settled law. And as we saw recently with the 40-year-old union thing,
Exactly.
Settled law can become unsettled.
Yeah. Most recently, Kavanaugh dissented against a majority opinion in 2017 D.C. Circuit, which allowed an undocumented teenager to take temporary leave from federal custody in order to obtain an abortion. Okay, so, how does that overturn Roe v. Wade?
Yeah.
Anyway. And number three, he's on the side of big corporations and opposes Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.
Does the progressive slate of Democrats really want a bunch of small corporations? I mean, is that better than some big corporations and small corporations? I mean, the corporations have this slam on them. I mean,
Elizabeth Warren tweets that he is hostile toward the consumers. He argued that the CFPB, which has returned $12 billion to people who were cheated, is unconstitutional.
Yeah, go find 100 similar, constituents or consumers. You're going to find a spread there of people who have wildly divergent ideas on things and, don't really care that much about big corporations as long as they're getting the goods and services they like at a reasonable price. End of story.
Very good. I like the way you ended that. Number four, he will help dismantle the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare.
Well, we're all working for that. So,
yeah, right. Preserving the protections of the ACA affords to people with pre-existing conditions is one of the chief issue areas that the Democrats see applying to their entire caucus, including vulnerable red staters like Heidi Heitkamp, Joe Manchin, Joe Donnelly, who may shy away from more divisive or divisive social platforms.
Two of whom, and probably three of whom, will be meeting with Brett Kavanaugh, two of whom this week, and I think Heidi Heitkamp will also entertain him in her office. So Manchin and Donnelly are the two Democrats that will be the first ones to meet with him from the Democratic Party this week.
You think Rand Paul comes around?
Yeah.
I do too.
I do.
Yeah. He likes to go out there and...
I mean, the big question is John McCain. I mean, is he going to be physically able to, vote or not vote? And that means, one more vote the Republicans are going to have to find on the Democratic side of the aisle. So.
Schumer states, we Democrats believe the number one issue in America is health care and the ability for people to get good health care at prices they can afford. Folks, they can't afford the prices of Obamacare. They're off the chart. And they don't cover you on anything. Look it up. We're not making this stuff up as we go.
Yeah, and again, I mean, even going back before the Obama, reform was worked on. Yeah, I still am a believer of you have insurance companies for a reason. Get them in a room with someone like Trump and say, okay, you're going to come up with a better deal for all Americans. Work it out and get back to me soon. End of story.
I like the way you take those over at the end. Just kind of, all right, Rick, move on, right?
Well,
And number 5, he could undo existing gun control policies. Seriously? I mean, this guy can do this single-handedly? Gun control has become another emotionally charged issue. More weight as mass shooting has spiked. Mass shootings have not spiked. Anyway.
Ollie North, president of the NRA? I don't think that's going to happen.
Kavanaugh doesn't have much sympathy for this movement. Most notably, he argued that a ban on assault weapons is unconstitutional, according to the LA Times in a 2011 case.
I don't think he has much trouble here. Although there is a country singer who came out recently and basically said that the NRA was responsible for the shooting in Vegas, Eric Church. And he has taken a load of grief from his fans for saying stuff like that. So, the old gun show, permit process and bump stocks and all that. I mean, I think those issues are being addressed, and the gun show thing is, a canard anyway.
That is just
false canard.
That is a talking point that drives me crazy. The gun show loophole. Folks, I can't tell you how many gun shows I've been to, and if you want to buy a gun at a gun show, you have to do a federal background check. Period. End of story. If you're carrying...
Even if you're buying from like another private party at the gun show? Or gun shows,
registered gun shows
sellers,
as much as I know, always require any sale of guns there from someone that has an FFL, Federal Firearms License, to sell guns must, under mandate of federal...
the weight of federal law, the penalty.
The penalty of, yeah. You have to get a background check. So it just drives me crazy when they say the gun show loopholes. They have virtually no clue as to what they're talking about.
Is the mentality, though, that gun shows are typically a bunch of just private people selling to other private people? Or if you're in a gun show, you have to have an FFL?
I don't know the rules of some of the big companies that run these gun shows. But I guarantee you that they're under such scrutiny that they would be foolish not to mandate that the people that come and pay for a booth to sell their ammunition, parts, used weapons, new weapons, they would be foolish not to make them comply with the law.
Well, it's a hyper-emotional subject, and again, I don't think Brett Kavanaugh is going to do anything to change the status quo.
One man can't.
Yeah,
now
you're right.
Now, granted, McConnell's doing a great job of getting these judgeships filled. I just don't see too many ways around Kavanaugh not getting appointed, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you hear the Democratic pundits come on and they say, we're going to make it as tough as we can, but at the end of the day, he's going to be the next justice that sits on the Supreme Court.
Well, on the Republican side, besides McCain, I mean, you have the two ladies, Lisa Murkowski, Alaska, and Susan Collins from
Vermont or New Hampshire, Maine. Yeah. I don't know. One of the northeastern states. I think it's Maine. Who are very pro-choice, and that would probably be the sticking point for one or both of them. I mean, they've bolted the party before over that issue, but you have to hope that they would vote for a highly qualified candidate like Kavanaugh. So. I mean, I just find one that's better, folks. And they're demanding all of these. Schumer is saying that nobody will meet with him until we come to an understanding on what kind of volume of paperwork is going to be made available to us.
And put it in perspective, folks. Brett Kavanaugh had a number of Democrat votes when he was confirmed through the D.C. circuit. So these guys are like fair weather friends. I mean, when it suits their purpose, they'll vote yes. When it doesn't, they're going to raise a hullabaloo.
Yeah. Well. Put the nail in that coffin too, will you? Is he gonna be the next justice?
I believe he will be. Yes.
And will that happen by October, before the midterms?
Yes.
All right.
There
You heard it here first, guys. Bruce is the man, the myth, the legend of the hour. He says that Kavanaugh's in. I agree.
End of story.
Yeah, end of story. End of story on that one. All right, end of segment two. It's 9:30. We've got 30 more minutes of this fun and frivolity, and we're going to do a little jumping around in the next half hour. We'll probably pat ourselves on the back a few times, and that's right. And we'll talk about what's in the news. We might even we might talk about a little bit more, touch on a little bit more about the socialist side of the Democrats.
Progressive.
The progressive side of the Democrats.
Let's keep it nice now.
Yeah, well,
it's all wordsmithing.
Hey,
it's how you're packaging.
That's right. Bernie wants to be like Sweden. What can I tell you? Anyway, so we're going to jump out for a quick timeout. Bruce and Rick will be back. Stick around. You'll have some fun in the last half hour. And again, happy birthday to Jane, our friend Jane.
Happy birthday to you.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Sugar, how you get so fly? Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
It's Truck Month at Dave's Chevrolet in Jasper, and we're giving you a payload of savings. Now save up to $13,000 off new Silverado Crew Cab LT. And with Dave's Payment Vacation, make no payments for 90 days. Or save up to $7,400 off new 2018 Chevy Equinox. It's Truck Month in the mountains. See Dave's Chevrolet in Jasper today. The North Georgia Mountains #1 volume Chevy dealer.
Better days ahead, Dave's Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Hey, we're back. Oh, let me tell you, that was a funny. You gotta read that.
Yeah, we're just gonna do some funny, quick stuff here, and this is a list of things from an unhinged mind.
Read the one about J.C. Penney.
No, I can't read that on the air. No,
come on.
No, I can't. We'll get in trouble for that. My therapist said my narcissism causes me to misread social situations. I'm pretty sure she was hitting on me. My 60-year kindergarten reunion is coming up, and I'm worried about the 175 pounds I've put on since then. What other new stuff we got? We'll come back to this.
You know, we've got to get into the Democrats and how they're this stand on the progressive social Bernie. Bernie's got a lot of folks out there that follow him that feel like they really got taken advantage of, if you will, by Hillary.
And here's a guy who's an independent running, for the Democratic Party nomination. I mean, that's a misfit right there.
Yeah. So now he's attached at the hip with you say it best. What is her name again? Cortez.
Alexander Cortez, Ocasio-Cortez.
Yeah.
Alexander.
His latest thing, this is just unfathomable. His latest thing is going out and saying, by the way, before I tell you his latest thing, is there any way that this country can come up with $32 trillion over the next 10 years? Because that's what Bernie wants to do.
Gas tax?
He wants he wants to provide Medicare-like coverage for everybody. No copays, no deductibles, just pay as you go, and everybody has a right to health care. Folks, you don't have a right to health care, regardless of what Senator Elizabeth Warren says, what Kamala Harris says, what Cory Booker says, what
Barack Obama says.
What Obama says, what the candidate Cortez says. I mean, it's just, it is not sustainable.
Totally unsustainable.
Yeah.
I mean, it won't even get off the ground. It'll be like an airplane that can't fly.
Yeah, it absolutely would be an albatross. You're right.
And our listeners or viewers who are on Medicare and know something about Medicare know that, I mean, even if you're on the basic programs of Medicare, you pay something. You get a deduction from your Social Security payment every month, depending on your income level. And then, in addition, if you want a supplemental policy, you have to pay an outside insurance company to give you coverage so that Medicare comes up and covers things that you would typically expect in a good medical program. So, for people on Medicare, they're paying money.
It's not free.
It's not free. So, I mean, just giving it to people who are going to expect this as like free phones or something, it's not going to happen. And so the 32 trillion, I think, is a bad number. I think it's low.
I do too. Maybe we can get ask the Dr. Whaley to comment on that one time. The paperwork that has come about is just over the top.
Electronic medical records.
Yeah.
Oy.
Man, I'm telling you, the conversion costs and.
Well, and the problem is, from the get-go, there was never any agreement on what was going to be a standardized thing.
Right.
So I think there was and Dr. Whaley can comment on this, much better than we can, but there was probably 6 or 8 or 10 competing systems, in terms of data entry and this and that, and meeting what the government wanted for all the little codes. Every little thing they do to you or treat is a code. And lancing a blister is a code. Pulling a tooth is a code, or treating an infection in your ear is a code. I mean, everything has a little number to it. I mean, this is what the government does. I mean, they take things that should be pretty straightforward and screw them up. So
yeah, Bernie always refers to, well, we should be more like the Nordic countries. We should be more like Sweden. We should be more like Finland. We should be more like Norway. Let me tell you, folks, these countries look at that as a slur because they are not socialist countries.
We're going to lose all those Nordic tourists. It's terrible.
What they are is they're hardworking people who believe in fair trade, and they've got a longer life expectancy. They're a lot healthier than we are. And, they believe in smart government, not big government. Okay, so Bernie, give it a rest, okay? Give it a rest with the Nordic countries. They don't like it, and they don't deserve it. So, anyway.
Yeah, just stop talking about progressive plans, because that whole Medicare idea for everybody, I mean, is just a non-starter.
Speaking of progressives, how about our good friend Jim Kenney, the mayor of Philadelphia?
Oh, boy. Tap dancing his way to,
Tap dancing his way to sanctuary citydom.
Yeah, really.
Oh.
And now, I mean, he's on board with the whole abolish ICE. And in fact, I guess there's some sort of contract the city of Philadelphia had with ICE, and they're basically not renewing it. So.
It expires in the end of August, doesn't it?
Good luck to all you Philadelphians. You're going to kind of be out there naked and exposed. So.
Oh, my goodness.
And then you heard about the guy from Tennessee, the Democratic spokesman for the Democratic Party. He basically said there's no use trying to go after Trump voters because they're all idiots.
I didn't see that.
Yeah. He's a spokesman for the governor, the Democratic candidate for governor in Tennessee.
Oh, man.
And,
That's going to play well, huh?
It's not playing well already.
No. He must go to this Coker school. I don't know.
The pharmacist asked me my birth date again today. Every time I go in there, it's a birthday. I'm pretty sure he's planning on getting me something for my birthday.
And your birth date again? It's today, okay? Oh, me. Anyway, so...
Do you hear about the Canadian guy? The male changed his gender to female so he get a lower insurance rate.
Lower insurance rate, yeah.
And it worked. He saved $1,000 on his insurance bill.
By legally changing his gender.
Yeah. I'm now a she.
Maybe we ought to do that.
No, thank you.
You'd rather pay the extra $1,000, huh?
I think there'd be some unintended consequences of that.
Yeah, exactly.
So, what else you got?
Let's see. Les Moonves, huh?
Oh.
Yeah.
Me too.
The Viacom merger with CBS. I don't know if that's if someone is trying to dig up some dirt to scuttle that whole thing or what, but
it would seem. And again, this is even more ancient than
way back when.
Yeah, it's over 20 years
machine.
ago. Yeah.
Well, it's coming to the forefront that the public is just tired of the political correctness. We've seen it. If the tape that they released on Trump before the election, the NBC tape.
Yep.
If that didn't sink him, folks.
Billy Bush.
Yeah, if that didn't sink him, I don't think anything will. People understand who he is. They like what he's doing.
Not everybody, but some. The majority.
His supporters. Yeah. His supporters like what he's doing. They don't care about all of the hysterics over Cohen and the fixer Cohen. Don't you love that?
Yeah.
The fixer Cohen.
You got to wonder about that guy. What's he going to do for a career after this? I mean, what clients would he have? I mean, I wouldn't.
Rudy said he's going to go to jail.
Well,
he's surely going to be disbarred, I imagine.
You'd think. I mean, I don't understand how a client would sit down, anywhere with the guy and trust him at all. So
yeah, the only job he could get would probably be an attorney at a nudist colony where he knew he wouldn't have a hidden tape recorder somewhere.
There you go.
Somewhere.
Naked and unafraid.
Naked and unafraid. The story of. Anyway.
Isn't it amazing how the Chinese have made a complete language out of tattoos? Think about that.
We came up with a funny yesterday, didn't we?
We did.
Talking about Thai restaurants?
Oh, boy.
I think a great name for a Thai restaurant.
Nothing against Thai people, their nation, their king.
Yeah.
Be very careful about the king. But
right.
What was your suggestion for that Thai restaurant?
Thai one on. I just thought.
On.
We're doing random thoughts now. It's toward the end of the show, and it's our birthday week, so we can have some fun, okay?
Did you hear about the two Iraqi airline pilots?
They got into a fight in the
cockpit.
cockpit.
Along at 37,000 feet.
And they got in a fight in the cockpit, didn't they?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. The pilot said to the co-pilot, "You can't have a meal tray because you didn't ask for my authorization." And the other guy takes a meal tray and he smacks him. They start fighting. Don't go to Iraq, folks. It's dangerous up there.
That was in Iraqi?
Iraqi Airlines, yeah.
Iraqi Airlines. We too low.
Bing, bang, ow.
Ding, bang, ow. Well, we won't go there either. But,
No.
Anyway, what else we got, Bruce? What else we got on the docket here? Let's see. Trade wars, protectionism.
I don't have anything else on here. Should we do winners and losers, or
what about Trump over the weekend talking about shutting the government down?
Yeah, that certainly stirred the pot.
We forgot about that.
Yeah, we did.
Because he's not getting funding for the wall. He's not getting any. He's not getting any respect, folks.
Again, I think this is one of those disruptive statements he throws out there. Just to have another spice in the pot. I mean, you think of all the things that are out there in the pot now, and he throws this out there. And of course, the media and the Democrats and probably some rhinos go absolutely bonkers. And I go, oh my gosh, there he goes again. When is he going to shut up?
Well, there's there's so much stuff on the internet. You could literally live on the internet and never see the same thing twice.
Well, hopefully you get out and see the light of day. But,
yeah. But one thing seems to be evident, and that's something that Brian talks about, and that's something that we talk about to get serious. Trump is playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. The stuff that he does, whether you think it's random or not, I guarantee you all fits in a puzzle. That's how his mind works, I think. It all fits in a puzzle, and you may not figure it out today, but it's going to play over time. I'm convinced that the NATO summit, the trip to England, and the Helsinki
tea with the Queen,
was all his chess moves. And there were things within each one of those trips that were put out there for Putin to absorb and see.
Mm-hmm.
We could make a whole show of this, and I won't go down into the rabbit hole, but I'm convinced that Putin does know something. He does have something on somebody, but I don't think it's Trump.
Would that be former administrations?
I think it could be former administrations.
Oh,
it could be
boy.
former secretaries of state. It could be that the Dems really don't want him behind closed doors with Putin.
John Kerry really can't windsurf? It's photoshopped? Oh, come on.
I think that Putin really is, that they're scared to death that he's going to get behind closed doors and tell Trump something that he may already know. So I'm just saying,
You're just saying. Okay.
I'm just saying that all of these calculated moves, like, the way he interacted with the Queen, the way he exposed the former German chancellor at the NATO summit for being the owner of the pipeline or the
consortium,
president,
that's bringing in gas from Russia.
That's bringing gas from Russia.
Gerhard Schröder.
Yeah. These should not go unnoticed, folks, because I think that they're all going to play out in this grand...
and the mainstream media says as much. I mean, they have said that Trump is always doing this stuff, the whole tariff thing. He's throwing stuff out there, and, if he only gets a 5 or 10% reduction the other day, he can go back and say he's a hero. And they say it all feeds into his, narcissism.
Yeah.
His desire to always be in the spotlight. On both sides, there's this belief that certain things are being said and done with an end game, an end result that's not yet known, not yet appreciated. And I think it ties into that pretty nicely.
I think that's what they call the art of the deal, right?
Art of the deal.
The art of the deal.
Yeah.
Anyway, we support the president. We've had a good time here this morning. We want to say thanks to Brian for letting us sit in. Thanks to Amanda for sitting at the helm and making sure everything runs properly.
Getting us through those tech problems.
Yeah, getting us through those first couple issues that we had. We're sorry about that, folks. We're going to have a great week, Bruce and I. We're going to pat ourselves on the back a lot. We're going to have birthday celebrations with Jane. It's not too many years. It's not too many times that you can get 3 people together that all of a sudden randomly are on the all-star panel and they find out that we've already known, but they find out that their birthdays all happen in the same year, in the same week, and all turn 70 in time. So anyway, we've enjoyed being here. Bruce, it was fun.
Indeed.
And thank you to everybody, and we are out.